Alright, I just want to quickly go over my drone truck bed spray setup for this year. Made a few changes from last year, and I think they're going to be big improvements. They're small changes, but big improvements for efficiency and just comforts, I would say, just making things so much better for me. First of all, before I show the truck skid, my setup, I want to just go over a few key points about how I came to this. So what I wanted to first accomplish is being able to land my drone up on top of the truck, to be able to move it from field to field that way, so I don't have to pick it up all the time and move it. Also, I feel like it's just good advertising, having your drone up on top of your truck. It kind of draws a lot of attention to you. The other thing is budget. I didn't want to go into massive debt. There's a lot of these truck skids, drone skids out there that seem nice, but they're like $15,000. The drone's already costing you a bunch of money. If you're somebody who's just starting out with no acres, it's a massive debt to take on without any work even lined up. Maybe you do, but you don't have enough. You know what I mean? And also those, no offense to those skids, I'm sure they're great. They don't have a very large capacity. I've noticed they all seem to have small water capacity. You're not able to do a lot of acres. So I didn't want that. I wanted to be able to still do good acres on a budget. To me, honestly, I would rather have this that I spent next to nothing on over the 15 grand truck bed skids. I would rather honestly have this. Even if I had the money, I would still just do this. So anyways, let's just get to it. So right off the bat, here's the truck here. It's a Ford F350 diesel. As you see, I just got a ladder rack. Harbor Freight, $300. Put some wood up on top of there. As you see, to land up, that's where the drone lands. There's plenty of room up there. I could hop up there, honestly. Here it is. Plenty of room to land a drone and stand up there. And while I'm up here, here's my 85-gallon inductor, 275 IBC tote. Honestly, I could probably fit a 330 in here, and I still might do that. But what I do is I just fill this up, and then I put some water in here, my mixed tank, just to have a little more capacity. This is my clean water pump. Only clean water goes through here. Here's my pump that agitates and fills my drone. This one has chemical going through it. I have just banjo fittings on everything. Everything's banjo fitting. This is a shut off to my new thing I just added, which is an inductor tank, be able to mix my chemical. This valve goes to this is a shut off for my fill holes for my drone. It's nice to be able to turn this off. That way, when you're agitating, you're not pushing chemical into this hose, filling that drone hose up. So I like to close this, agitate. I have an agitation line that comes up this way into here. Get my tank agitated, get things mixing, having that closed off. So my generators over on that side. This is my inductor tank to mix chemical, and this is a big upgrade for me personally. It's just because last year, again, I have a ladder over here, extendable ladder right here. That helps me to get up on top of there to stand or to get my drone unhooked and whatever. But the problem with that is the mix tank. You see that? Last year I mixed all my chemical from the top of that platform. So you're carrying jugs up and down the ladder up to there to dump into there, and it's a struggle. So now what I got is I got this inductor right here. Be able to just come over here, lift this lid up, dump my chemical in here, be able to induct it. Just open this up. It'll suck the chemical right in, and that's on the suction side of my pump here. Right here. on the suction side. So when I'm agitating this tank here, and then the chemical is going to suck in this line and right into this agitation line and right into the tank. The other thing I didn't put on yet is I have just a hitch, just a cargo hitch. And I'll be able to just put chemical. I'll have my chemical from the farmer right there on my hitch, on my cargo rack. I can just grab it off of there. So what this is on the bed of my truck, this is it's called a bed extender. This just flips up and down. Just nice to be able to have that extension on the bed to hold things in. Battery station. It's outdoor. It's a lifetime 80 gallon storage box. And what I try to do with this is I hate cooling stations. I have 2 of them. They're sitting in my shop. I hate using them, and the reason why is because a couple reasons. The cables get messed up. I'll show you. There's my shop's a mess. Here's the charging stations. I got 2 of them. I didn't even like using them because these cables, they get messed up if you kind of just are rough with them and don't pay attention. These are broke. They still will charge, but what happens is if you try to use these on a charging station, you slide your battery in there, it damages the pins on your battery. The other problem with the charging stations is that you are constantly you can't just leave them outside. You put them in the back of your truck in the back seat. You're pulling them out, pulling the batteries out. You're leaving your batteries in the truck, obviously, for travel. You're moving the batteries in the charging stations in and out of your truck from each field to the next field, and it's not efficient. It's just a hassle. It's just not any fun. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to get a box I could put in the back of my truck here to haul the charger and the batteries and also cool the batteries at the same time. So this is what I came up with, and what I did is I got these crawl space vents, and these are, I think they're actually more powerful than the cooling fans on the cooling stations. These are 570 CFM. These things really, really blow. And I have one coming in, and see, I just cut a hole here, and then I have one that's mounted inside, blowing out, pulling air out. I was going to have 2 blowing in, but then I realized, hey, my generator's right here with this hot exhaust fumes coming off here. I would just be sucking in hot air. This is a cheap setup. I mean, I can go over some pricing quick. This is a Wen 14,500 watt generator. I believe the running watts 11,500. So yeah, IBC tote. So yeah, let's go over. So this was like $1,000 for this generator. This IBC tote was like $30 from somebody. Clean water, just cheap. You can get those. People pretty much give those away. This chemical inductor, the 85 tank, I want to say $500 to $700 with the stand. Honestly, the banjo fittings cost me a lot of money. Probably $500 in banjo fittings. The truck, the ladder rack, $300. The wood, I'll say $100 for that. What was it? $1,000 for the generator, $500 for that tank, $1,500. Banjo fittings, $2,000. We'll say. The tote, we won't even count that. The ladder rack and the wood, $400, $2,400. The pumps, $100 a piece, so you're looking at $2,600. Let's just say $3,000 just for the setup versus $15,000, and I can cover more acres with this, and I think it's better. I can land the drone up on top. The other ones you can't even land a drone. You have to sit there and pull the drone off and on your truck all day long, and you're not gonna be able to cover as many acres. So I don't know. This is great for me. Also, I didn't mention, but my pumps are off of a remote, wireless remote I have. I just hit that button to turn the pump on to fill my drone up. So to go over the extra stuff that I added, this lifetime box was $130, and the fans were like $40 a piece. So I got 2 of those. This tank was $100. The extra banjo fittings for this, maybe another $50, $60. $80, something like that. I don't know, to get the extra fittings. And then this hose, I already had enough hose. I just cut off what I needed, and I still have a long drone fill hose. But that's the other thing to mention. That hose is expensive too. Probably $300 for that hose. So that gets you to that $3,000 range. Yeah. So this right here is going to be a big game changer too, because obviously the problem with this inductor tank that I would run into is not being able to clean it, not be able to rinse it, not be able to clean the jugs out. I would be like, my jugs would not be rinsed out. You need to rinse them 3 times. So with this, I got this. I mentioned before, I got a T off of my my clean water pump. This, when I'm filling the tank up the rest of the way, and I can use this to puncture the jugs with this this garden hose fitting. I think it's like $30 on Amazon, and it can puncture the jug, and it also shoots out, has 4 little holes. It rinses the jug out for you, so that's nice. I can literally open up the top of the jug, the cap, dump it in. I can just puncture the top here, boom. While it's dumping in there, I can have it be rinsing at the same time, and also when it's done, I can sit here and I can just rinse the tank from in here. So this is a 5-gallon Ace Rotomold wall-mounted jug. I just made some brackets for it that go on the truck bed extender here, and I just pull that off at the end of the day, unhook my hose, and push this tank into the back of my truck, throw the hose up, and go to the next field or go home. There's no sense, in my opinion, in going into such massive debt just starting out. You know, you see these guys online buying these T100s, $40,000 drone, spending another 60 grand on a trailer setup. They're in it for 100 grand or more, and they're just starting out. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna pay that off. I mean, last year I did 2,200 acres my first year, and that's nowhere near 100 grand. I wouldn't even have it paid off. I had all my setup right here paid off the first year, like, very quickly, because I bought a used T40 for $11,000, another 3 grand for this. Let's just say I'm in for 15 grand. You do the math, 2,200 acres. I mean, you can pay that off pretty quickly. So, and even me, I mean, I'm on my 2nd year right now, and I still don't have enough acres to justify spending the money on all that. Like, yeah, this is the way to go, I think, just starting out. Again, don't get yourself into massive debt. Don't listen to everybody online that says you're going to be making so much money. There's acres for everybody. There's just all these acres out there. The bigger and better drone you buy, the more acres you can get done. That's all good. But if you don't have the acres, you don't have the acres. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, thanks for watching.